Outlander. I will accompany you to the Ringing Deeps. It is my home, and it too may need defending.
It will take time to fully repair the Coreway, but enough work has been done for us to go to the next level, descend into the Ringing Deeps, amply named for the sounds ringing from the caverns as the Earthen toil away.
Speaker Brinth, the High Speaker, has the situation under control.
Under control? The station is in ruins.
Speaker Brinfe hasn't been here for quite a while, so she's joining us, even though she was previously sent away by the High Speaker for not being reasonable. Right away, it's clear that things are not running as they should be down here. It's quite a mess. We even pull out a Skardin, which is a corrupted Earthen. Their origin lies within Grimbatol, where, once upon a time, Modgut, wife of Emperor Fauruzan, she fought in the War of Three Hammers. The Dark Irons going at it with the Bronzebeards and the Wild Hammers. With Xal'atath in hand, Modgut unleashed darkness upon the home of the Wild Hammers, and then Xal'atath abandoned her. The final words of Modgut were, "You promised," yet any kind of promise was never delivered. The death of Modgut would then influence Fauruzan's spellwork, who was full of vengeance and grief. He would in turn accidentally summon Ragnaros from the elemental plane of fire, which created the Blackrock Mountain and enslaved the Dark Iron Dwarfs to the will of the Fire Lords, and then, many centuries later, the kidnapping of Moira and the birth of Dagran Fauruzan II. Events of the past pushed along by Xal'atath, coming into play years later. Here too do we see the effects, as the spellwork that Modgut unleashed on Grimbatol, it would turn the home of the Wild Hammers uninhabitable, yet the dwarves still stuck inside, they would turn into the Skardin. Here they show up once more. Things are quite a mess. Let's see what the High Speaker has to say.
A Skardin? Here? Does the High Speaker know?
That is not your concern. We do as he commands.
He's in the army.
Outlanders, this is the realm of the machine. And I am the High Speaker. And who is this? Brinth? I almost forgot I sent you away. I have been busy addressing our greatest problem, the Awakening Machine. What distractions have you brought before me this time, Brinth?
These Outlanders crashed on our shores.
I have no time for your misadventures.
High Speaker, the Nerubians.
Enough! Outlanders, you may wander where you will. But when you are done, return from whence you came. The High Speaker has spoken!
He's mainly concerned about their Awakening Machine, the devices that got damaged with the Sundering. If nothing changes, all Earthen might shut down entirely in about 1,000 years. But their decline is already causing problems right now. With Earthen shutting down and no new units being produced, other creatures, like the Kobolds, they've taken advantage. Led by their Candle King, they seem intent on war and domination of the Ringing Deeps. Not all of them are hostile monsters though. Many actually want peace. Or so Skidder the Kobold tells us. But the Candle King is crazy and is forcing the Kobolds into war.
Considering theory, if we depose this Candle King, then perhaps the raids on Gundergaz will cease.
And so, we retake the lost mines, slaying the kobolds and taking their candles. Less candles would make the king look weak, and bullies that look weak get killed. You know, take candle is a very old saying that haunts any classic adventurers that went too deep into a kobold mine, but they've added a bit more than just a memorable line. With Legion, there's the Devouring Darkness rare spawn that showed up when you doused all the candles. The Dark Flame Clefts takes it one step further, unleashing a massive, undefeatable darkness that chases us through the mines. The kobolds live underground and understand the very real threats when someone takes their candle. But not all flames are good and kind.
Think I not see what you do in my mine? Run round, steal candle, kill kobold? I'm Candle King! Snoot, snout, leave new friends. Elemental present. And closed door behind. We not entertain today.
The Candle King has found a purple flame, which increased his intelligence, and with a bigger brain, the wise kobold figured that he needed to get his protein and hit the gym. Get some gains and get bigger, stronger, the ruler of them all. Yet those pesky voices that keep on calling to serve. Not even the kobolds are safe from the void. So we bring freedom to the oppressed kobolds and we offer them peace, a place to live with us. We'll still need a symbol of hope to rally the people behind one banner, an ancient relic called the Candle Crown. This is the heart of their people, but the Candle King tossed it to the side in favor of his dark flame candle. We sneak in, using the darkness to our advantage, and get the crown for Skitter. No longer shall these kobolds have to serve under the yoke of their false Candle King. Now they can live with us in Gandargas and help clean up the place, share stories of their people, fight the good fights, and stay within the lights.
I am sorry for what has happened to your people. I understand what it feels like to watch your home slip away.
At least we're friends now, yes? Not all is doom. More friends means less doom.
The number of working machinists is insufficient.
All the more reason to restore our awakening machine.
Are we preparing for more Nerubian attacks?
Earthen above us have fought that battle, and we've recovered from our own minor raid. Why haven't we heard more about Taelloch? We're currently investigating. You would be wise to avoid that distant destination.
Taelloch is best avoided, so says the High Speaker, which obviously means that we should totally check it out, with Dagrand and Magni, while Moira goes up to Coreway to speak with the council. Now Dagrand has learned a lot from reading books and scrolls, but working in the field is quite a different challenge. Whereas our speaker Magni, he has lost his shine after saving the world.
Intruders, the beasts inside.
Did he just shut down?
Magni wasn't always so shiny and crystallized, but just before the cataclysm, the world was already rocking. People were dying, and they were desperate for some answers as to what was going on. So it was that the King of Ironforge decided to go through an ancient Titan ritual, which was said to allow him to communicate with the lands. Instead of just communicating, he became one with it, turned into a crystal, and for a while, people thought that he was dead. Perfect opportunity for his estranged daughter Moira to return home and claim the throne. Growing up, she had never been given respect by her father, simply for being born as a woman. But then she was kidnapped by the Dark Irons and taken seriously. Emperor Fauruzan showed her a world that she had never known, and she fell in love with him. From their love, a child grew, but her father simply thought that she was kidnapped and in need of saving. Heroes were sent out to slay the leader of the Dark Irons, Moira's husband, Dagrand's father, that created a rift between Moira and Magni. Now, she would ultimately not claim the throne all by herself. Instead, the Council of Three Hammers was formed. Dark Iron, Bronzebeard, and Wildhammer, all clans represented with a voice within Ironforge, and mayhaps her son would one day rule all of them. Then her father woke up as the King of Diamonds with Legion, but it didn't cause any political drama, as he now served a higher purpose, hearing the call of Azeroth, but that also left little room to heal the rift with his daughter. Once the day was saved, at the end of Battle for Azeroth, the King of Diamonds He had done it. He had saved the planet. She'd been cleansed from the old gods, but he was still stuck in his form. He had performed his duties, but his rewards, it was to be unable to feel the touch of his kin. And that is where we found him at the start of the War Within, and that shine has not exactly gotten any brighter.
Enough knocking, champion! We're breaking this thing down!
It's changing. It's changing. Whoever you are, get in here.
We heard you! We're here to help! What's happening to them?
A Skardan transformation in progress. Fascinating.
Stay back, lad! Get away from him!
Granda! That surge of energy! The Skardan's reaction! How did you do that?
I don't know. We'll figure it out later. I can hear more coming.
The darkness has reached Taelloch. Its people are turned into Skardan, and their foreman left behind some messages.
Workers of Taelloch, as your foreman, I have met with the High Speaker in secret. The outcome was not what I expected. I have been altered. Perhaps even chosen. Change is coming, workers. Hordes of Skardan stir within the Hall of Awakening. Taelloch could be next. Barricade your doors, but be not afraid. We will press on. Can you hear it? The ringing. The ringing. It returns. The music is eternal. The itching. I can taste the sounds. Revelation awaits. The ringing. The ringing. We'll lock away deepest cavern for darkest memory. Don't. Speaker. Ringing. Don't let them destroy.
This looks like the right place. I don't see any signs of the foreman. We need to take a closer look.
Wait. I can hear wind blowing. From beyond the stone. It must have been a controlled cave-in. Champion, help us destroy the blockage! I'll press on till Azeroth is done with me. Is that the foreman? You were right, lad. Come on, we can't let that thing get out of this cave. Infection! We were too late. How many times have I been too late?
They got the foreman Bruncrag too, but not before she was able to throw out her memory gem, revealing exactly what is going on.
You speak the truth? Your artifact will repair the awakening machine?
It will perfect the machine. Your struggle, your suffering will be at an end. All will awaken because of you.
Because of me?
Your people will be restored, reborn, improved, and they will laud you as their savior.
Yes, yes. All Earthen will awaken.
Xal'atath has spoken with High Speaker Eirich, and offers to repair their awakening machine. Bring them back to their former way of life. It's gonna be perfect with just one minor alteration. The newly awakened Earthen will awaken as Skardin, a big, corrupted Earthen army in service to the Harbinger. The High Speaker has become so desperate to go back to the edicts, to make things function again, that they're willing to pay any price. Thanks to the foreman, we now know what's going on, and the High Speaker will have to pay. Moira has also returned with some backup. The allies made up above have come to join the fight down below. Even our Kobold allies are ready to lend their support, help us push through the Earthen works, and confront the High Speaker within the Halls of Awakening.
Must get away!
Rouse yourself, champion! The enemy advances! Looks like Varric's machine is still usable. Use that mechanical contraption to blast them to scrap!
Their combat suits will do us just fine to wipe out the remaining forces. The Ringing Deeps should now be a lot safer. Time to follow Brinth into the Halls of Awakening. Moira, Magni and Dagran are at our side. Our young scholar is quite gifted at opening doors, while his mother packs a punch with both the light and the void. Magni knows a thing or two about delving into ancient titanic facilities, while all around us, mad Skardin corrupted Earthen are awakening.
I'll be damned if I let Bryn's people be turned into monsters.
This room seems different. Do the walls seem older to you?
I've seen rooms like this before. There's Titan machinery in here.
Outside, the Earthen rebuilt the machines, but the oldest ones remain unchanged.
It is time to step down, High Speaker. Everyone knows what you've done.
What I've done? Saved us all? I have found a path to our salvation.
You would have us all live as Skardin?
Better to live as a Skardin than die as an Earthen. It is done! Now, with this power, all Earthen shall awaken.
We've lost them all. It's over.
Granda, you can stop this. I've seen you wield Azeroth's gift. It's you. You're the only one who can save them.
Magni. It is time.
Azeroth, let your blessing pass to them.
You did it, Granda. You saved them.
you let me go? You woke me. Who are you? I'm Magni. Magni. But who am I? Whoever you want to be.
Seems like Azeroth's speaker had one final purpose to fulfill: pass on her gifts and stop the corruption of the awakening machine. Did Azeroth know that this was going to happen? Personally, I like to think that this connects to the differences that we see with the Earthen evolution. That's being close to the Coreway, to Azeroth's voice, that it has her be aware of the fate of the Earthen, and that she's concerned about them. In a similar way, how the Earthen found themselves granted emotions and a voice to rise up against their abusive watchers, perhaps Azeroth also put things into motion to fix the machines that were damaged. That's pure speculation though. All the same, the effects are clear. The machines have been fixed and granted Azeroth's blessing. Soon, we shall have new Earthen join the Alliance and the Horde as a brand new allied race. The High Speaker does escape in this moment, but don't worry, he is soon enough taken care of within the Stonefall dungeon, leaving the machine speakers without a leader. But that's where Brynf comes in.
The High Speaker has ruled for as long as any of us can remember. But he's no longer one of us.
Well, sounds like you need a new High Speaker. And Brynth, you're the right Earthen for the job.
Me? Elaborate.
You cared for your people like no one else has. Not by commanding, but by understanding.
Then you know I will leave it to my people to decide.
Something tells me they already have.
Honor Guard, reporting for duty. If you'll accept the position.
I accept. I am the High Speaker.
Then for the leadership of the dwarves, Magni Bronzebeard has returned in the flesh, but he wasn't interested in the throne back in Legion, nor does he seem to be interested now. One potential future idea for him that could be related to the story of the Ashbringer. The crystal that was used to infuse this legendary blade. It was capable of turning the undead into ash. That was a crystal capable of switching between light and dark, depending on what power was fed. The Ashbringer was crafted by Magni, grieving for his fallen brother Myrddin, who he thought had died to Arthas picking up Frostmourne. Now there's another crystal capable of switching between light and dark, which I think could be a cool connection to finally explain the origin of the crystal within the Ashbringer. But that is a potential. Now for the political situation, we see the legacy passed on to the next generation. Moira picks up Fearbreaker, the ancestral hammer of the Bronzebeard clan, which has quite the mind of its own when it comes to who gets to wield it. At first, she didn't really want anything to do with it, but she quickly warms up to the idea, holding on to it, and perhaps one day she'll pass it on to her son Dugran.
So, now that you've changed, how do you feel?
I feel humbled. Like I've carried a burden for a long time. Like I've finally been forgiven. I've had debts to pay.
Forgiveness shouldn't be easy. When I was much younger, we clashed a lot. Some things, well, there were things I couldn't forgive you for. When you were in your other state, I at least knew you were learning. I didn't want to forgive you. And I didn't want you to forget what you've done. What you did.
What changed your mind?
Well, watching you and Dagran. He sees you differently than I do. He sees who you've become. You're here for him.
Alas, my old life. I can't live my life that way.
Aye. You need to be here and do right. For both of us. You can see how much you mean to Dagran.
I understand. I've changed, and my life has changed. I don't want to live in the past. I want our family to have a future.
Then I'm glad we still have our future.
Onward and upward. On to the next adventure.